So this here's a video on how we're going to paint up some tattered rags. So we've got an excellent model to use. We've got the Malignant Plague Caster, and what we're going to do is these two cloths that are hanging from the back of his backpack here. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to paint it up as a tattered white rag, dirty old rag. We use this on a lot of different models, so it's nice to have it as its own video. So we'll do that right now. And the first thing we're going to do with this is we're going to take some Screaming Skull, and we're going to just put a base coat all over the entire rag section here, both pieces of cloth. So we're going to do that right now. Just a nice layer of Screaming Skull, and it may take 2 coats. It is a layer paint. I could put a base coat underneath it, but probably don't have to. But we are going to probably have to put 2 coats of this on it. So we'll do that now, and we'll meet back here in a few minutes. Now that we're finished with our cloth, what we're going to do now is add a shade over that. And what we're going to shade it with, we have a bunch of options, but we're going to use Saraphim Sepia, which is a little bit reddish and a little bit dirtier. So we're going to put that loosely over all of our cloth. So we're just going to brush that straight on. Just like that. So we're getting it around all the edges here. And get the underside too. Just like so. So let that pool like that, and then we'll be back again in a moment. Then now that our shade is dry, what we're going to do is one more dry brush, and we're actually going to use a little bit more Screaming Skull. So we're going to take a little bit of that, and this time it's a dry brush, so we don't want very much at all. And we're just going to get the top layers on that, and sort of create a little bit of a highlight there. Just like that. That's what it looks like now that we've finished with our Screaming Skull highlight. And we could leave it just the way it is there, because the rags look all nice and dirty and torn and just flapping there. If we want to, we can add one more highlight layer, and just to brighten it up a little tiny bit more. Add one more little highlight layer. We can do that with just a tiny bit of Pallid Witch Flesh. And we're just going to hit the very, very tips of the highlights. And it's a very, very bright layer, as you can see. So we only need a little tiny bit. We're just putting a very light dusting on it there. Just like that, and that'll brighten it up a little tiny bit more. So we'll finish up those models, but that's pretty much how the rags will end up looking when we're done. So that's what our rags look like now that we're finished, and I hope this little video helped you just to sort of find a way to dirty up when you have some white rags, white scabbards, things like that. It's a nice sleazy way to dirty them up. And hopefully you found this helpful, and if so, please leave a like and a comment, and we will see you at the next little video that we do.